Welcome to the Piece of Me podcast, the place to find different ways to bring enjoyment, simplicity, happiness, and of course, more peace into your life. Life gets busy, noisy, and at times it's messy. I'm here to help you clean things up and put peace back in its place. Each episode, I'll share tips, ideas, and fresh perspectives to help you live your best life. Hi friends, it's Lexy Leigh. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new here, then welcome back. I'm so glad that you'll be joining me today to talk about how to make the most of your morning. Mornings are tough, right? They're hectic, they're busy, and we are all about bringing simplicity back into our life, bringing the peace back into our life, and not making things as hectic as they are, right? If we can simplify something, let's simplify it. So that's what we're going to talk about. It's just a couple different ways to just tweak what you're already doing so that you can make the most of your morning and hopefully make it one of the best parts of your day. So let's talk about how we do that. And here again are a few ideas that will hopefully help you. And I think it starts with looking at the night before. Thinking about what can you do the night before your mornings that will help you set up for an easier routine the next day. You know, what can you do the night before? So we're going to talk about a lot of things because I think a lot of times mornings are hectic because we're trying to do so many things in a very short amount of time. You know, maybe we're trying to get ourselves out the door, and in that process, we're getting ready for school or work, or we have other people that we're taking care of. You know, we could have family we're taking care of, children we're taking care of, partners we're taking care of, and we're trying to do all the things, right? We're trying to balance so much and get so much done in a really short amount of time, and it just makes for such a frantic time. So looking at the night before, what is it that you can do the night before that you can take off your plate for the next morning? So for example, I think a lot of this has to do with, I think about like the morning routine when it comes to like food, thinking about food. We're going to tackle that one first. What can you do that will make your life simple the next morning when it comes to breakfast? If you're a person who likes to eat in the morning, is there anything that you can prepare the night before? Can you make a breakfast that is already ready for you to eat first thing in the morning so that you don't have to make it in the morning? It'll already be ready for you to eat. Is it something, like meal prep or overnight oats, things like that, fruit, granola bars, something like that? Or, if you have family members, children, what can you prepare the night before to make their morning go more smoothly for yourself if you're responsible for taking care of them? So it could be simple things like just having whatever it is the family likes to eat. You want to minimize any arguments, frustrations, right? Because we want to bring that peace back. So what can we do that's not going to cause a fight, that the kids aren't going to complain about when it comes to food, right? And it could be something simple like, every once in a while, maybe you get their favorite cereal, and I'm not going to go into details on nutritional values and all that, but because that's not for me to decide, that's for you and your family to decide. But, if you want to get their cereal, or, if there's something that they can just put in the toaster or put in the microwave to warm up, getting those foods that they want to eat, that's easy for them to make. Maybe they need to be shown how to do that, but you're kind of taking that responsibility a little bit off your plate and putting it on theirs. But also if you're getting stuff that they like to eat as well, it just makes for less conflict, right? And for yourself, what can you meal prep? What can you purchase ahead of time? What can you make ahead of time? That's just going to make the food portion of your morning easier. And that also goes with like kids' lunches, or if you're making yourself a lunch for the day or your partner's lunch for the day, or, whatever it is you might have to do. Can you put the lunch together the night before? Can you clean out the kids' lunch boxes the night before, make the sandwiches or the food, get their drinks, snacks, all the things, have it put together, or have most of it put together. Have the parts that, are a lot more time consuming. Like if it's, if you're making sandwiches and having to get the meats out, or the bread and the condiments and all the things, maybe that's the most time-consuming part of making the child's lunch. So maybe you have that part done so that in the morning, all you have to do is grab the snacks and a drink, throw it in the lunch pail, and that's all done, So again, what can you do that's going to take kind of more the time-consuming pieces out of your morning, do them the night before or the day before, so it's less on your plate for the morning. That also goes with pets. With pets, dogs, animals, cats, they might need to be fed or they might need to be walked. What can you do the night before? Can you get their food bowl ready and have it prepared so that you just have to grab it out of the fridge first thing in the morning instead of, having to actually put it together? Can you put the leash on the counter with a flashlight or whatever you might need in bags so that when you take the dog for a walk, it's all right there for you. It's easy. Let's also talk about, we've talked about breakfast foods, we've talked about pets, lunches. Are there things these are kind of sometimes simple things, but we don't always think about it, about gas. If you use a vehicle to get to work, do you need gas? Don't put that on yourself to do it in the morning. When you're busy already, you have enough on your plate, and if you wake up late, now you got to go get gas, right? And now all you're doing is setting yourself up to feel rushed and possibly hit traffic, and now you could be late, and that might set the wrong tone for your work day or for your school day. So if you need gas, can you get it the night before? That'll just be one less thing you have to do tomorrow. Another thing is, and this is hard, I think, for a lot of people, especially if you like to have control or you like how you do things. And I'm smiling as I say this because I'm talking about myself. So if you're like this, you might understand. I just like the way I do certain things more than other people in my life. So I tend to let me do it. Let me fix it. I've got it. Nobody else touch it. So if you can relate, this can be a hard thing to do, but I will tell you, it's very helpful. If there's anything in your routine that you can delegate, that you can ask your roommate, your partner, or even the children, hey, I need you guys to do this, or would you please help me with that? And letting them help you instead of you feeling like it's all on your shoulders to do those things every single day, because it's adding to the frantic feeling you're experiencing on your mornings, in your mornings. So if you can have people in the house, or people within your home, if you have them, and if you don't, I understand this is why we're talking about different ideas, but if you have people in your home, can they contribute and help you do all the things that have to get done, whether it's the night before or that morning, so it's less on your plate? Another thought is too, when it comes to mornings, now I'm not a super morning person, but I really enjoy waking up and having a few minutes to myself before the day gets hectic. It allows me a few minutes to wake up and just kind of, just have a few minutes to get awake and organize myself, my thoughts, get everything together, think about what I have to do for the day ahead, maybe make some lists of what I need to get done, etc. And I really enjoy that time. So if I can get a few minutes and, get the day started and get in my office, get things done, I really, really value that. So you might need a little bit of extra time in the morning. If you could have 10 more minutes, could you wake up a little bit earlier? Do you need to set your alarm 15 minutes earlier just to give yourself that little bit of extra time that will help you set the right tone for your day? Another thing is too, if you, if you do, however you shower, can you shower the night before? Is everyone in your house trying to shower at the same time? That's crazy. There's only, so much hot water and everyone's going in the shower and it's busy and it's just, there's the chaotic morning, right? We're trying to minimize that. Can some people take a shower the night before? Or if everybody needs to take a shower the night before, maybe that's easier, or, everyone has a different schedule. That might be helpful. And making your shower routine something you look forward to, giving you a little bit of that calmness in the morning when things are crazy, having a few extra minutes in the shower to decompress, maybe having a new body sponge or loofah, new body wash, something that, kind of affects your senses, but just something that really helps give you a little something as you start your day. Now, another thing I'll talk about too is clothes. What can you prepare the night before that will help you with the next day? So is it, if you have to prepare for a big day, or if it's something you're going to wear something different, or, have to wear something that needs to be ironed, or make sure that you have all the things for that outfit, or if it's, kids' uniforms, are the kids' uniforms clean the night before and making sure that from the socks to the shoes to the whole outfit, do we have all the pieces that we need, right? And that's something children can help with. They can be responsible for putting it together, and you can look at it and make sure that, yes, they have included all the things that they need. Great. Same thing with working out. If you work out in the mornings or work out after work, making sure your gym bag is packed the night before, not the morning you're trying to do all the other things that you're trying to do. So checking your gym bag, make sure your water is in there if that's what you bring, or all the things that you bring for your workouts, whether you go to a gym, whether you do them at home. Do you have everything organized for yourself so that you're not rushing around and looking for that one little thing that you left out? What can you make easier on yourself and get together the night before? Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is something that I think we all, well, I don't want to say we all enjoy because that's not true, but this could help too. I know how much people enjoy a good cup of coffee, right? And it could be that part of your routine is going to the drive-thru at Dunkin' or the drive-thru at Starbucks. And if that's what you like to do, I say awesome, enjoy it. But sometimes when we do those things, it's stressful because we could be in a line at the drive-thru of 10 cars. And now, even if we were organized and we left on time, well, now we just hit this busy traffic line going through the drive-thru. Now we're going to be late and we didn't really see that coming, right? Now, obviously, we can't predict or prepare for every single situation, but if you are a person who enjoys a really good, flavored cup of coffee, or just you like your coffee a certain way, you can still do that. But here's a couple tweaks that may help. And again, I'm not trying to take away your coffee run because I totally get it. I am not trying to take that away from you at all. Couple ideas though. I love iced coffee. I do. And I love it even in the winter, which not everybody does. So I'd love to hear if you're an iced coffee or a hot coffee person. Or do you have a seasonality to that? I'd be kind of curious. But I like the cold brew Starbucks coffee. But for me, I'll actually buy it from the grocery store and I make it myself at home. And then from what I usually do is make it the night before. I'll put my cold brew Starbucks. I buy different flavored syrups from Amazon and Home Goods and Marshalls. I get all the fun flavors, and I will make a lot of different variations of iced coffees. So it depends what I'm feeling. If I'm feeling a little peppermint mocha, lately my new flavor is coconut. I know it's still cold out, but coconut is just giving me like the tropical vibes. So whatever flavor you like, you can prepare that at home exactly how you like it. And you could make it the night before. So all you need in the morning is a little stir with a spoon, and you can grab that coffee and go. Another little trick I've done, these are two different things I do if you decide to make coffee at home, which again, you do not have to. I have also purchased disposable cups off of Amazon. So it actually looks like I bought it at a coffee shop. So it kind of has that feel, and I get a few uses out of these cups, honestly, because I will reuse them and wash them. So I try to get the most out of them. But another little trick too is, those like blender bottles you get, a lot of people use them for like protein drinks. They have usually like some kind of ball inside, which helps stir the contents. Those are awesome for iced coffee. Now hear me out. I know you're probably thinking, what? Let me tell you. So you make your iced coffee, and with that little blender, because a lot of times with iced coffee is the ice will eventually melt and it's hard to stir. We're always shaking our cups, trying to get everything mixed in there. Well, the fun part about the blender bottle is you make your iced coffee, you can throw in a couple ice cubes, but whenever it needs a good shake or stir, you just keep the top closed. You can shake that blender bottle, and now you have all your iced coffee is not getting watery, is basically where I'm getting to. And again, you can make it the night before, keep it in your fridge. When it's time to go, throw a couple ice cubes in it on your way out the door, shake it up, you're good to go. So just a couple ideas to help your morning. And again, I'm sure you're doing some things as well that are making your morning go a little bit easier, and I'd love to hear what those things are. So whatever you can do to prepare the night before for your morning. I highly suggest it. It will bring peace back into your life. It'll make your morning simple, and it might even make your morning just like one of the better parts of your day. At least I hope so. So thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks again for joining me today. If this episode has helped you or can help someone you know, please share it with them. Stay safe, and we'll chat again soon.